I'm joined by Sally Olson and Ned Mills from Carpenters Legacy. Hi, guys. Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me right after stepping off stage. How was your show tonight?
It was great. It was great. We're well into the holiday season and doing our Christmas show. And so we love doing the Christmas show and people are so much in the holiday spirit. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's a great spirit throughout the air. I think your doggy is feeling it too. Who's the pup who's joining us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Oh, that's
she's running all over the place.
she's running as soon as I got home, she gets excited when Daddy's home. So she's kind of running in circles all over the house now. I'll go get her. You say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Lola.
Hi, Lola.
She's a 4-year-old rescue, and she identifies as a pit bull.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Of course she does.
Yeah, she
Oh my
like
gosh.
her daddy. Did you like that? See?
Well, you guys are quite known throughout Las Vegas in the entertainment community. You do an exceptional show, keeping the legacy of the Carpenters alive. Your show, I've seen it at the V Theater at Planet Hollywood. It's a tribute to all the great music that the Carpenters produced. How did this whole Carpenters Legacy show start for you?
Well, it started 10 years ago, back in Vermont, where I'm from. I started putting together, well, it started as a one-woman show, and it was supposed to just be like a one-time cabaret one-woman show. I was studying voice professionally and running a singing or a voice studio. And so my singing teacher, well, I was running the business for him, so I got a lot of like free voice lessons, which was great. And he suggested, well, why don't you put together a one-woman show? This was, several years into studying with him. So this was around 2013, 2014, and I always loved the music of the 60s and 70s. And in pretty short order, it became a tribute to the Carpenters because he recognized that my voice is very similar to Karen's. And I love the idea. And so that's what the show was. And it debuted in January, I think it was January 16th of 2015. So we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of when it all began. But I was doing it for a couple years, and then I saw that I wanted to kind of revamp the show to make it a full-on impersonation show versus originally I was singing the songs and telling the history between the songs, but I wanted to be totally in character. And I also needed somebody to play the role of the brother Richard. So I was very curious about Las Vegas, and Ned and I were introduced by a mutual friend. And so I came out here to visit for the first time in January of 2018. And the rest was history. And I moved out here a couple months later.
Well, it must have been really interesting as you did that first one woman show and found that your voice was suited, but also like you're physically suited to play Karen Carpenter. So it really is an amazing match, as well as Ned sitting next to you. Few people have like kind of the exact skill set behind the piano and vocally, to link up with such a famous musical duo. But you guys you're doing it. So yeah, I tell you, when you find something good, you roll with it. And so now you've been playing at the V Theater at Planet Hollywood. And tell me about the reception you're getting from the fans.
Yeah, they really love what we're doing. It's interesting too that some fans they come maybe as somebody's guest or family members, and the younger people, a lot of them aren't that familiar with the Carpenters, but they all come out as huge fans of the Carpenters because not only do we perform, all the greatest hits, and then of course in the Christmas show we do their Christmas classics, but it's a trip down memory lane, and it's also a big history lesson. We open with a trivia video and with a lot of facts and tidbits. And because we perform in character, we're probably the only Carpenters tribute in the world who does a recreation of their actual concerts. So if anyone wanted a chance to see Karen and Richard and they missed that, during their heyday, this is the chance to do it.
For sure. It's neat to hear that those younger people are leaving with a little bit of a perspective, like a musical education, because they were so much a part of the music. What you would say, really, they're in the 70s. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, that was their heyday.
Yeah.
They signed with A&M Records in 1969, but they were going strong all through the 70s, and then it kind of ended in the early 80s.
Yeah,
Their
the
run.
zenith of their career is like
Mhm.
1976, 77. Our Christmas shows are based on their TV specials from 1977 and 78. And our main show is based on their concerts they did in 1976. And that's like the sweet spot.
Well, it's such an amazing experience for someone like me who was born in the 70s and who, didn't go, I never went a year of my life without hearing the Carpenters on the radio. And so the music for me is like stepping back in time. And, I'm thinking about my parents at that time and my upbringing at that time and what was happening, across the United States at that time. It's so interesting. Um, well, let's put Karen and Richard aside for a moment and talk about this new Christmas album. It's really awesome, and I want to tell you guys that this evening, actually, I was talking to my brother-in-law who just landed from Canada, and he said, "Wait a minute, are you interviewing the people who have put out the new Christmas album of the Carpenters that I've been listening to up in British Columbia?"
Oh, no way.
Wow.
So, yes, so you have international ears are listening to this album right now. It's really exciting. It's a combination of actual hits that the Carpenters were very well known for during the holidays. And then there's an original song in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, how they came about was right after the past Christmas season in January. Sally and I were talking, and we're like, when is the last time you heard a brand new Christmas hit? I mean, with all due respect to all the classics, every year a lot of popular artists they're singing Silent Night and Jingle Bells and just and the same thing. But it's been quite a while since something new and hopefully refreshing has come about. So we decided let's take it a step further. If Karen and Richard were still producing Christmas hits, what would it sound like? So I sat down at the piano and started playing around with some chords and melodies. And we realized interesting backstory because Sally is from Vermont, I'm from North Carolina, and we rarely get to go home on the holidays. Even this year, we're working Christmas Day. We have a show, and
Right.
so that's how it came about. With if we can't have our families with us, at least we can have them in spirit. And we are a couple, so that's where I put in the line. If there's no one else, I'd rather spend my Christmas time with you. And so that's how the song came about.
Oh, it's so nice. It occurs to me that because you're people who have literally embodied these people by doing this tribute show for so long, that it's the closest we'll ever get to them actually writing another Christmas song. Because it's definitely inspired by their music, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially arranging wise. I have an arranging background. I studied jazz arranging at North Texas State back in 19 blah 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 blah. But anyway,
Dates
but,
are irrelevant.
yeah, but I intentionally put in like 6-part jazz harmony, and the only way to recreate that accurately, but to get that signature Carpenter sound, everything has to be sung twice. So the 6-part harmony, it took 12 tracks just for the background vocals of that. And so, and then the other interesting thing about this,
Cool.
like a lot of Christmas albums, you have to record it in the summer to release it in the winter. So it's 115 degrees outside, and Sally's singing about chestnuts roasting on an
Yeah.
open fire.
We've been in Christmas mode since early June.
Yeah, yeah, but
That actually helped me get through. And you're being modest by saying 115 because we hit 120 this summer. But
yeah.
I was praying for snow in July here in Las Vegas, so I get it. I get it.
We're
Well,
tomorrow, actually. We're flying to Green Bay, Wisconsin to do a concert in Harris, Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula near the Canadian border. And at the low, I just checked the weather, it's going to be 7 degrees.
I I have personal experience with the Upper Peninsula, and I will just tell you, good luck and pack like double gloves. Okay, double gloves.
Absolutely, yeah.
Luckily, I kept a
Yeah.
lot of my Vermont winter wear, so I will
Oh, you're a Vermont girl. You got this. Yeah.
Keep my digits warm. Exactly.
Yeah. You might have to help North Carolina over there, though.
Yeah, we're excited. It's a 1,300 seater and looks like we're almost sold out already.
Oh, guys, I just love that you found this as performers. We're so happy to have you in Las Vegas. People should know. I was chatting with Sally before you came in, Ned, and that she informed me the show really has like no closing date. Typically, when I interview people in Vegas, I'm like, well, how many dates do you have? And will it get renewed or not? But it is running at the V Theater. It's a very beloved theater here in Las Vegas inside Planet Hollywood. So make sure to check it out. Currently, your schedule is it's an afternoon show, correct?
Yeah, late afternoon, early evening. It's Mondays through Thursdays at 5 p.m.
Perfect. We love it. Thank you so much for joining us. And what are we getting the dog for Christmas?
Oh God, yeah. Lola's got all kinds of stuff for Santa. It's interesting. We each buy her gifts, but we don't tell each other what we got her because we're afraid that she might tell Lola what I got her, right? So she gets all kinds of toys and sweaters, and she's 4. She's just like a 4-year-old girl that we get. Oh, let's open this up, and the bags and her eyes just light up, and she gets all excited, So it's
Oh,
gonna be really fun.
animals make everything better. By the way, did Karen or Richard have a dog?
They did. They had 2 dogs. They had a Samoyed named Mush, and they had a German Shepherd named Lady.
Oh,
So they were very much dog people too. And
Yeah.
I think we haven't really announced this, but we could kind of
oh,
tell
Maybe
what do you got?
we
might.
might be putting Lola in the show in 2025 sometime.
Yes, more dogs on stage in Las Vegas. Sally, I love that. And you just
And we've
let
been
us know
asking
that
for
right
it,
here.
so-
We just broke the news.
Yeah, so we've been speaking with her manager, and of course she has a union contract, so we have to negotiate to see if we can afford her, But it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, be sure to tell your fans too. We travel all over the country. Of course, we were in Dallas last week. We played Florida, California. We're going to be in New York City in April. Tell them to check out our website, carpenterslegacy.com, and go on our tour page so they can see the next time we might be playing in their neighborhood as well.
Absolutely. There's so many people that are, so passionate about all the music that these two created. And I love that you guys are keeping it alive and you're doing it so well. I mean, musically, costume wise, the space, the theater is lovely. So it's definitely a destination for people coming to Las Vegas, or if you're coming to their town. But thank you for spending this time with me because you just come off stage. So I appreciate you just giving it a few more minutes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Lola, tell us, say bye-bye. Say thank you.
Bye, Lola. Can't wait to see you on stage.
Okay.